Hello everyone, I'm Ada Bowman, founder of AB+Production, and welcome back to our series where we interview your business, what do you do, and how do you help others to be successful in their journey of business. Today I have the pleasure to have Ms. Ashley Vannoy, and as you know, I always struggle with introduction. Yes, it's one of my weaknesses. But to not do that today, we're going to dive in and go ahead straight ask Ashley. Ashley, how are you today?
Wonderful. So happy to have you here in beautiful Sandestin, Florida.
I'm so excited to be here in your office, and I'm so excited to learn more about you and your journey that's in the progress of what you're doing. And I cannot wait that you go ahead and share with us. So let's start with some of the beginning. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. I've learned quite a bit about you. Ashley is great at her homework, guys. But I would love for you guys to learn a little bit more about her and what she does.
I am the Senior Vice President and Director of Northwest Florida for Heartland Bank. Heartland's based in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm from here originally. Lived here 17 years in Destin, and I'm originally from Pensacola. But I do small business lending, SBA financing, and real estate lending. Equipment finance, you name it. Anything having to do with entrepreneurship and business, I finance it.
How long have you been in this financing business industry?
Since birth. I started as a teller when I was 19, and I'm 50.
It's okay. You know, age is just a number, doesn't matter.
I know, my birthday's tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
My birthday is Thursday.
Hey, there you go.
Here's to Leos.
That's right. We're leaders. Absolutely.
Even better. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you, you too.
So you've been in banking, financing since you're born, you say. But dive with me a little bit in depth and help me understand even me more an audience and what really that means. Like what it's like to be you in financing. I'm clueless, and that's why I'm here to learn more from you, and I hope the audience learns from you.
Sure.
Tell us a little more about how did you arrive to this, driving passion for financing and banking, which it's a topic that people quite don't get it, I believe.
It's just been a crazy year, with as you well know, with the pandemic, and I think it's just now coming back to normal. But having come up through the business and worked for big banks and small banks and seen all different parts of it, everything from the deposits piece to mortgage to small business financing and equipment finance and even consumer lending. It's just been, the changes have been really, really drastic, but it's so rewarding when you finally get, I can think of so many clients here that I've had in Destin and that really started in mini storage units, and then you're able to get them into a large manufacturing facility or get them a grant or those kinds of things. It's been such a passion of mine for so many years, and now that we have so many different pots of money out there, my job as a community banker here locally is to not only find financing within my organization, but find various other pots of money that are available too. So that's what really makes it worthwhile.
And you have launched quite a few banks in a sense, and you've had the experience in working into launching a bank and understanding the financing to a much depth. What would be some of the things that you think as far as audience would take away from today from you? Where should I go? What should they look for? What is like when somebody's trying to open a business and the capital obviously is a major to start off, right?
It's overwhelming too, especially if you've just been through a PPP application. If that's the first time you've ever dealt with a government application for a business, it's overwhelming and daunting. But that's why I like to have a lot of centers of influence, or COIs, across the Panhandle of Florida, everywhere from Panama City to Destin to Pensacola. And even we call it Lower Alabama, having a lot of centers of influence for CPAs and business advisors that we can partner with. You probably know a ton of them. And so I'm constantly partnering with them and referring them, and then also helping their clients to get the financing they need to take their businesses to the next level.
And what do they need to do to take the business to the next level?
Well, the best thing to do is what I like to do is go to the Small Business Development Center here. Our college, University of West Florida, has one here locally. I partner directly with those, and they have all kinds of business consulting for free that people don't even, entrepreneurs could really, really use their assistance to gather it all up and get it presented in a timely way.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So let me clarify. So if you want to start up a business, you would go to the resource of, which you just mentioned.
Our University of West Florida Small Business Development Center, but really,
Okay.
Ada, I know your viewers are all over the world and country, so they're everywhere.
The entrepreneurs today in 2021, everybody has some sort of idea of becoming an entrepreneur, and some of them actually do want. That maybe they may not have the tools, the guidance, obviously guidance towards financing where you need in order to invest in a company and startup. Like you're here, let's go back to you. You're now here in Grand Boulevard location, right?
Oh yes, we are launching, and that's what I was thinking about before you came here. Was thinking about how I'm looking at my role as a commercial lender as a very, very entrepreneurial role, because there are certain phases when a new bank is coming to the market. Instead of me really career-wise just joining another bank and working for them, I've been able to recruit a bank like Heartland Bank that's very technology savvy.
And congratulations on that. I know, that's so exciting. And congratulations on your press release. If you guys haven't seen the press release, make sure you go ahead and look out on an article was press release on
PR Wire?
PR
all
Wire.
Over the place.
Yeah, all over. Just like look Ashley Vannoy,
Yes.
community banker in Destin, and then start doing your research. But to go to that, what an entrepreneur should do, they should do research, right? Where would they should go with it? Where would they should start? I rather say
they're a commercial banker, because that's certainly a great place to start. And like I said, the CPA also will partner together to try to get the package that they need put together. But it is a lot of documentation. But I think what the biggest struggle that I have is the business plan, is getting that business plan put together.
So you think
that a lot of parts and pieces, and I think that's where Googling a business plan for say a coffee roasting company or a brewery or something like that, that's not good enough. You just got to maybe talk about it with people in your industry, but really commercial bankers are going to have examples from previous customers that they can really make your life easy. So call me for that.
So you feel like, okay, I'm going to just kind of be bland, because I know sometimes audience may not know where we're really going with this. If I decide to open tomorrow business, what do I do?
Oh man, you will.
Well, like another business. What do I do?
Another business.
I'm just being,
have 5 businesses.
I'm just being an entrepreneur, like you said, an entrepreneur that says and understands. Then, what do I do as a new entrepreneur, and where do I go? What would be some of the first, let's say, 5 steps guidance you can give them, or you can give me, for that matter? Because I meet a lot of business people too.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of it, when you're trying to take that first step of leaving your old business and going out and doing the new one, there's a little bit more that goes into getting a small business loan than meets the eye. In terms of documentation, a lot of it's going to come from your CPA in terms of the 3 years of tax returns versus 2.
Okay.
It's a very different process. What a lot of people don't realize is that they feel like it's like getting a mortgage loan, and it's
different,
very different.
So the best thing to do is to call people like you that have the knowledge and say, hey, let's have a sit down and let me help you. What you do, you help them and guide them through the process in gaining that access to capital that they need, and that's where you provide advice and also consulting them what they need. Is that
That's right. But the bank, I think, most importantly, if I could share this message for all those bankers out there, the banks wants to understand your business, and we're not experts in your business. So the more you can tell us in that story and that business plan, that's what I was trying to say before about business loans versus mortgage loans. Because the real estate market is so hot right now. Everyone's buying and selling property like crazy. And they don't realize that sometimes when you're collecting properties and investing in real estate, you collect too many and you can't get a secondary market loan, a loan that would be sold off to various investors. So that 30-year fixed mortgage isn't available anymore because you collected too many. And so it becomes a commercial loan anyway. And that's where I come in, to be able to assist people that are sort of not necessarily kicked out of secondary market loans, but just need to be thinking about their real estate portfolio as a business.
And I see you keep bringing back the emphasis on a business plan, and I've learned this even from my business, other entrepreneurs, and including Ashley. The business plan, it's so important to be well put together in order for a bank process.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, and Ada too, I just wanted to mention just the veteran aspect of it too. We have so many brilliant people rolling out of the military here that have come to me, even in my past, have come to me with these incredible business plans. And it just makes it so much easier when the Small Business Administration has a program for them to be able to stay here and not move away when they retire. And they're like 35, 40 years old, very young. But some of the best business plans that I've seen career-wise in all these years of doing this have been, from military people that really took the time while they were retiring. They knew they were going to retire in 5 years, so they took 5 years to really do their research. And that's been the most exciting one has been Props Brewery.
Okay.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I just have to mention that.
Yeah, by all means. I mean, we wanted to know the success of some of the businesses, and hopefully that we inspire lots of entrepreneurs out there to, reach out to the guidance and support. Same here, we get businesses and like, where we going? I'm like, okay, what is your business plan like? What's your target market? And you've done a lot of that homework, which was phenomenal.
We definitely see it all.
So, in your experience as an entrepreneur, to go back to that, because I'm such a passionate about that topic, and for many reasons. I think because I live it every day, and I understand that attitude. No matter how you feel, you got to stand up and just keep going through. Is that right?
It is true. And another thing I think that community bankers can do, and I'm calling myself a community banker for a reason.
Okay.
Commercial bankers, really in our area, Northwest Florida, it's kind of considered an outlying market, not really a metro market that you're probably used to. So a lot of the larger banks are based elsewhere, and they send people over, commercial lenders over here to kind of cover our area, but they don't really invest in the community. You're not seeing them as sponsors on various things and events like that we all go to, the same ones. So having someone on the ground here that can kind of put that whole package together for you and direct you in the right steps on where incentives might be, especially if you're a manufacturer coming here, or connect you with the Economic Development Council, or people key stakeholders that really understand our area to a T, so they can tell you how fast it's going to grow. You can copy and paste some of that information right into your business plan. It makes it so easy.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, another thing I want to mention is something that I really enjoy being a part of with Heartland. Thankfully, we have a very large lending limit, so we can accommodate just about anything I run across here. So that's really exciting to be able to call on larger companies, but my passion is definitely SBA lending and small business loans. And we have some community development councils here that I work with exclusively. And I don't know if you've seen the current SBA real estate secured loan rate, but it's like 2%.
Which is good.
Yeah.
So you're saying this is the time.
It's almost free.
So if there's any entrepreneurs out there and
Yes.
they want to make a good business and making sure that they're ready for the journey of it, contact Ashley, and then she'll set them up with what they need and guidance, and make sure that process of obtaining that capital that they need to start the business.
Yes, absolutely, and I would work hand in hand with that community.
And that's so nice. That's so nice to have somebody work hand in hand.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
We at the company too. My team and I work very hard to be hand in hand with all the people, because it's about a relationship, right? it's all about like community. If your community doesn't support you,
So true.
How are you going to succeed?
Right.
So in entrepreneur world, I don't know, have you managed to, through it? And I'm sure you probably had great days and bright days. I had both. I sometimes have all of them. But what advice do you have from your experience for the entrepreneurs out there that they can take away and really take that leap of faith and try?
Well, what I would certainly like to provide to them, Heartland has a software that we subscribe to that is known across, it's very, very common. And it's almost, I hate to say this, but it gives you the answers to the test.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is an industry report that we pull on any type of industry. Every industry out there has a certain, they call it a industry code. And we can pull any type of industry, and it'll give you all kinds of financial metrics and everything that we use to approve the loan. That's why it's like giving you the answers.
That's great.
Yes, and I can provide that on demand for virtually in any industry. I haven't seen one that we weren't able to provide a report to, and it's about maybe 30 to 35 pages worth of industry comparison for them before they make the leap, so they can figure out if
that is really good to know before you start somewhere. Thank you for that. That's very wise advice to it.
I should probably tell you what it is.
Yeah, you should. I was going to say, what exactly?
If you don't ask your banker to get one for you, then you should ask for it. It's called IBIS World, is what the report's called.
Okay. So see, that's how we come to people like you. We don't understand these terms sometimes, because no, I'm not experiencing financing, and I will never be. It's not my passion. That's your passion, and that's what I believe that entrepreneurs that understands entrepreneurs should reach out to entrepreneurs. And
absolutely.
I also know that you also have a passion for supporting women into.
Oh, yes.
I know, and I want to dive into that just a little bit. Tell me about that.
Sure. Well, obviously for me, just being in the commercial lending space, it's a male-dominated field. There's not a whole lot of female commercial lenders, and I can count maybe on one hand the ones that I know here in Destin. And so to be able to connect other women, especially in entrepreneurship, that are going into owning their own businesses with professional women at that sort of board level, is a real passion of mine. Something that I would love to be able to do. And as I'm setting up Heartland, I'm going to be looking for a community board too. So we already talked about
and we're talking about reaching out to community and form a board of directors for this particular.
That would be a centers of influence that would actually be looking to grow Heartland and take it to the next level too. Because right now we're just starting out, and the neatest part about, I think, this startup thing is that I happen to be located in a co-working space, and so I have 70 other businesses as my closest friends and coworkers.
Oh, wow.
right here in the office.
Right.
And I absolutely love it. It is so interesting to be able to do business right at the point of things going down, so that if you see another company and another business right next door, they'll come skipping down the hall and say, "I've got a brand new contract," and then you know exactly that they need a SBA loan,
right?
And so I'm like with my coffee out the door, "Hey man, what do you think?" It's been really fun, and that's kind of the way I've grown my portfolio organically.
And I like that, and I like the fact that you're so vulnerable about that, and in a male-dominant industry, and you want to empower more women to
Sure.
follow your lead and guidance to hopefully
social media makes that so much, just accelerates that. So kudos to you for being a part of that too.
It's a process,
Education process.
It's education process. This is, I'm very excited for you. Then this is very useful to me, to my viewers, and hopefully to you, because my goal is to bring more awareness of what it takes to be successful at your business. Who do you need to align yourself with? And definitely having, like they say, you have an attorney, a banker, an accountant, and of course a marketer too on that matter aspect. Let me throw myself in there too.
Yes. Yes.
Because just like you, I understand a lot of people, I feel like, don't understand the concept, what it takes, the process. And I encourage you guys to really reach out and ask questions. Asking questions doesn't make you any less smarter. It actually makes you more smarter, because you're trying to do the right thing for you and for your business. And reaching out to experienced people like Ashley when it comes to financing, I think it's a very good start to start with. Guys, me and Ashley could go in for quite some time talking, and I'm so passionate about this, because I'm very hungry for learning. You know, I learn from people like you and experiences, and it's such a blessing to have people like you in the community. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for bringing that spirit here and help other people that are wanting to go to the path of success, and they need people like you. And thank you again for being such a supporter for the community, and most of all, doing what you love. Sounds like you're there.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Thank you for bringing your cameras here today. Really appreciate that.
What a small world, right? So Ashley, where people can find you?
Well, you can find me, of course, Ashley Vannoy on LinkedIn, or you can check out our website.
And of course, I've seen that website. Wonderful website Heartland Bank has, by the way. Beautiful technology.
And LinkedIn, too.
And LinkedIn, right? Like, guys, make sure you follow Ashley, and don't be afraid to reach out. It's all about connecting. We're here to connect with you. Thank you so much, Ashley. We look forward to your success. Everyone, stay tuned for more. Signing out, Ada Bowman, AB+ Production. See you next time.